Roy McBride is falling from an antenna at the edge of space. The antenna explodes around him. Earth is getting closer every second. Somehow he survives, and afterward he learns something disturbing. Through the entire fall, his heart rate never rose above 80 while falling from space. Hey Roy, we need to talk. Everyone sees his calmness as strength. But what if it is not strength? What if he has become so emotionally shut down that even terror cannot fully reach him? In Astra, Roy travels billions of miles to Neptune to find the father who abandoned him. A father who chose his mission over his wife, his son, and every human connection. But Roy's real discovery is terrifying. He has begun living the same way, pushing away the people who love him. Stay with me because this film may help you recognize whether an old wound is quietly shaping the person you're becoming, and how you can choose not to pass that wound forward.
You are him, the one who hurt you. Are you becoming the person who hurt you? Look at his face. Is that your future?
Hi everyone, I'm Jane Lee, and this is Deeper into Film, where we do not just watch movies. We let them reveal something deeper in the lives we are living right now. Today we are entering James Gray's Astra, a space film with an intensely personal question. What if the person who hurt you has quietly become the pattern of your own life? Full spoiler warning, we're going all the way to the ending. If films help you understand your relationships and inner life, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Now, let us begin with the missing father and the son becoming what he lost. Roy is an elite astronaut in the near future. His father, Cliff McBride, was a legend, commander of Lima project sent near Neptune to search for intelligent life beyond Earth. Cliff disappeared decades earlier, leaving his wife and young son behind. Then devastating power surges begin striking Earth, and Clifford's station appears to be responsible. Roy is sent through the Moon and Mars toward Neptune to contact his father and stop the threat. That is the plot. But another emergency is visible from the beginning. Roy's wife, Eve, has left him because he cannot emotionally present. He can survive a fall from space. He cannot stay open to a woman who loves him. His mission is not only to stop destruction from his father's ship, it is to stop his father's way of living from finishing its work inside him. Roy passes psychological evaluations because he never seems shaken. He keeps his pulse low, his voice even, his emotions contained. He admires people like this. No one who handles the crisis, who never needs help, who continues working after bad news. But have you ever been called strong when you're actually afraid to feel? Have you ever handled life while slowly disappearing from it? Some wounds do not make us fall apart. They make us impressive. We keep moving because stopping may reveal the loss underneath. Roy's discipline has protected him, but it has also isolated him. Nothing can easily hurt him because almost nothing can truly reach him. Clifford is billions of miles away, yet Roy has never escaped him. Why? His father survives inside him as an image. The brave explorer, the great man, the man who chose mission over love and was admired for it. Roy resents that abandonment, but he quietly imitates it. He becomes an astronaut. He turns self-control into his identity. He keeps Eve at a distance. Psychologists might call this an internalized authority, the invisible voice inside us that tells us what we must become to be worthy. But this is not merely theory. Perhaps you still hear a parent's criticism when you fail. Perhaps you're providing yourself to someone who never believed in you. Perhaps you hated someone's coldness, then heard the same coldness in your own voice. Leaving someone behind does not free us if we still build our lives around their wound. On Mars, Roy is asked to send a message to Clifford. At first, he speaks with official control. Then the words become personal. His voice softens. He says he wants to see his father again. Suddenly, the perfect astronaut is no longer in control. The abandoned son is visible. Roy's healing begins not with bravery but with honesty. We may tell ourselves, I'm over it. We do not need the apology or love we never received. Yet our life may still be arranged around it. We work harder, trust less, keep our distance. Roy begins to change when he stops treating his need as a defect and admits, losing my father wounded me. By the time Roy reaches Neptune, he has learned the terrible truth. Clifford's mission began beautifully. He wanted to know whether humanity was alone in the universe. But eventually, that question became more important than every human life near him. He abandoned his family. When he tried to return to Earth, he killed them all. Jesus Christ. Yeah, oh my God. He searched for life while destroying relationships. Ordinary people can make the same mistake without boarding a spacecraft. We can turn career, money, service, art, fitness, or even providing for our family into a mission that leaves no room for the family itself. Clifford is Captain Ahab in deep space, chasing his white whale among the stars. Not among the beautiful stars drawn by Vincent van Gogh like here and the background, just normal stars to him. Becoming worthy of the Father who never chose him. What is yours? What do you keep pursuing while telling yourself you will begin living later? When Roy finally meets Clifford, there's no healing embrace. No apology restores the lost years. Oh my God. Clifford remains obsessed with the search. Worse, he admits that Roy and his mother never mattered to him the way the mission did. For Roy, this is devastating but clarifying. The father who towered over his entire life is no longer a myth, hero, or an unreachable judge. He is just a damaged man, brilliant, but unable to love what was already before him. We may carry one question for years. Why was I not enough? But sometimes they failed us not because we lacked value, but because they lacked the capacity to love. Roy cannot make Clifford a loving father, but he can stop making Clifford's failure the measure of his own worth. Well, Roy says, I still love you, Dad. He does not call abandonment good. He simply refuses to let hatred bind him as tightly as longing did. Buddhism teaches that suffering is prolonged by clinging, not only clinging to what we wanted, but also to the wound as the identity we cannot release. Then the film makes this inner truth physical. Outside the station, Roy and Clifford float in darkness, connected by a tether. Roy tries to bring his father home. Clifford refuses. Finally, Roy opens his hand and his father drifts away. He is releasing more than a man. He is releasing the belief that he must become extraordinary to deserve love, the idea that distance is strength, and the future in which he succeeds brilliantly and loves no one deeply. Is there a tether in your life, a judgment, a rejection, an abandonance that you're still allowing to decide who you become? Clifford searched the universe for the unknown other and found no alien civilization, only silence. Roy discovers something his father missed. Life was never only out there. The true other was only here, in Eve, in other people, and in Roy's own wounded humanity. Love is frightening because another person is not a problem to solve or a goal to achieve. They are living mystery who may interrupt our control, need us, and change us. Clifford preferred the distant unknown because real closeness demanded too much of him. Roy hid in a quieter version of the same place, duty and emotional discipline. After releasing his father, he can return to an ordinary world that is suddenly enough. A face, a hand across a table, an honest conversation, a day received rather than endured. At the end, Roy returns without his father and without proof of alien life. Outwardly, he brings back almost nothing. Inwardly, however, he has recovered his own life. In his final evaluation, he no longer performs perfect control. He acknowledges uncertainty and his need for others. Then he says, I will live and love. How nice is that? Yeah. Those words are his rebellion against Clifford's inheritance. His father chose the mission over life. Roy chooses life after the mission. Yes. For us, this choice is less cinematic. Looking up from work, from someone needs us, apologizing instead of defending ourselves, or accepting love before we have proven our worth. The bravest journey in Ad Astra is not to Neptune. It is Roy's return to ordinary life with an open heart. Yes, beautiful. Ad Astra begins with Roy falling toward Earth without showing fear. It ends with him returning to Earth, willing to love. Yes, perhaps you carry someone's wound inside you. Perhaps it appears in the way you push people away, chase approval, avoid vulnerability, or demand impossible perfection from yourself. You cannot rewrite the love you were given. You cannot force the past to apologize. But you can stop giving that wound your future. You can refuse to pass it forward to your spouse, your children, your friends, your own heart. Yes, Roy cannot save Clifford, but when he releases the father image inside him, he saves the human being he is still able to become. I'm Jay Lee, and this is Deeper into Film, where movies help us see the lives we are actually living. If this video gave you something meaningful, please subscribe and join me for the next journey. And before you go, I'd like to leave you one final question for the comments or simply for yourself tonight. Who is the person you feared becoming? And what is the one way you can stop passing their wound forward today? Roy had to travel to Neptune to begin returning home. Perhaps your return can begin much closer than that. Thank you for watching.